Welcome back to an exciting episode of Programming with Irene. Today, we are going to make the Space Invaders game. Let's jump right in, shall we? In the new project, let us delete the default cat sprite. Now, let us add a space backdrop because we are gonna play our game in outer space. Next up, add our rocket sprite. We will be shooting down the rocks using this rocket. Let's do things a bit different this time. When the green flag is clicked, we can start our game with a sound. Add the start playing block and choose this space ripple sound. That sounds very much like space. When we start playing, the rocket should be somewhere in the center. To do that, move the rocket to the center and add the go-to block. If we open the Costumes tab of our rocket sprite, we can see some costumes already present. Let us use these to play some nice rocket animations. Add a forward block and start adding the switch costume block along with the weight block. Don't forget to add for all the costumes. If you are new here, check out my video about sprite animations from the pop-up. I have added this for all the costume. Let's give it a go. Yay! The rocket is playing the spinning animation. We need some way of steering the rocket left and right. For this, I'm going to create a variable direction. We need variables to keep track of our health and score. So, I am going to add those as well. When the left arrow is pressed, we can move the rocket towards the left. And when the right arrow is pressed, we can move the rocket towards the right. Add the when key pressed block and choose the left arrow. Set the direction to left. We can do the same for our right arrow key. When it is pressed, set the direction to right. To make our rocket move left and right, add a forward loop. And then add change X blocks based on our direction. Add an if block inside. Check for the condition direction equals left. If yes, then change X by a negative value. Let's say, for example, -5. Add an if block to check the right direction and change X by a positive value. Like 5. Let's try it out and see. Our rocket is moving to the left or right when we press the arrow keys. Time to make this a bit more interesting. If the rocket touches any of the edges of the screen, let us reduce the health. To do this, first we need to assign some value to our health variable at the start of the game. We can also set some initial value to our score variable. I'm setting health as 10 and score as 0. Whenever we touch the edge of the screen, reduce our health by 1. Add an if condition to check if we touch the edge. Inside our forward block, if it is touching, then add the change variable block and choose our health variable and change it by -1. We need to stop our game when the health becomes 0. To do this, add another if condition inside our forward block. If health equals 0, then we can stop the game. It will be cool to show a game over screen and also add some cool effects to make our rocket disappear. I'm going to draw a game over backdrop by copying our space backdrop and adding the game over text over it. Now, we can show this backdrop when the health equals 0 by switching the backdrop to this one. To add our disappearing effect, we can add a repeat block and set repeat as 2 times. Then add the change effect block from the looks section. I am going to choose this ghost effect and set the value as 25. Now, add a delay of 0.2 seconds using the wait block. Add another change effect block, choose the ghost effect and set the value as -25 to reverse the effect. Add another delay of 0.2 seconds. Add a hide block to hide our rocket once the game is over. And a stop all block to stop the game. Make sure to add the show block when the green flag is clicked. Otherwise, when the game is over for the first time, our rocket will stay hidden. We should also switch our backdrop to our stars one. When the game starts, add a switch backdrop block under the green flag block for this. Now, we need to make our rocket shoot stuff. We can use the space key to use this. Add the when key pressed block and choose the space key. We need to save our X and Y positions when the space key is pressed, so that we can shoot stuff from that position. For this, create variables X position and Y position. Add the set variable block and choose X position and the actual X position block from the motion section as our value. Do the same for the Y position with the set variable and Y position block. We will be adding a new sprite for our projectile. To announce the shooting, add a broadcast message block and send the message shoot. We can also play a cool sound effect when we shoot. I'm going to add this start playing block with the laser 2 sound. This sounds cool. Now, we're done with our rocket sprite. Let us add our obstacles now. I'm going to add these rocks as our obstacles. Set the size as 30 to make it a bit small. The rocks will start from the top and slowly fall towards our rocket. If we do not destroy the rocks, then the health will decrease by 1. If the rocks hit the rocket, then also our health will be decreased by 1. To make the rocks spawn randomly, add the green flag block and the forward block. Inside the forward block, we can wait for a random amount of seconds and start creating our clones. For this, I am going to add this wait block and combine it with this pick random block. I am going to use 1 and 3, but feel free to play around to your liking. Next, add the create clone of myself block. We should hide our rocks first and only show it when the clone is created. So, add a hide block under the green flag block. Add the when I start as a clone block. First thing first, we need to show it. Add the show block. Add a go to block to make our clone appear at the top. I am going to use the pick random block for both x and y. For x, the value will be between -200 and 228. For y, it is going to be between 150 and 200. Time to make our rocks fall. Add a forward block. Inside, add the change y block and enter the value as -5. Now, to check if the rock is hitting our rocket or the edges, add an if block. For the conditions, I'm going to combine two conditions using the or block. The first condition will be if our y position from motion section is less than -160, and the second one is going to be if touching our rocket ship. If yes, we decrease our health by 1. We should not decrease it further if health is already 0. To check this, add another if block and check if health is greater than 0 using this greater than block. If yes, then only we reduce health by moving that block under this condition. Now, let us add our project tiles. To make it funny, I'm going to use this basketball as our project tile. Reduce the size to, let's say, 25. Hide the basketball by default when the green flag is clicked. Remember, we are sending a shoot message when we press the space key, right? We can listen for the message in this sprite. When we receive it, we can go to the X and Y position from where the projectile was launched using our X position and Y position variables. Add the go-to block and choose X position and Y position variable values. Then create a clone of myself to keep cloning the sprite. To make it move upwards, under the when I start as a clone block, add a show block to make it visible, and of course the forward block. We should change y by a positive value, like 10 minus, to make our ball move up, using the change y block. If we are touching the rocks, we should increase our score. And also add some effects just like we did previously. I'm going to change the color effect like this. We can also play a sound when the ball hits the rock using the start sound block. I am going to add this crash beatbox sound from the sounds tab and use it here in this drop down. Now that it is done, let us add the delete this clone blocks under the effect blocks. We should also delete the clone when we move beyond our edges. For this, add an if block to check if we are touching the edge. Inside this, add the delete this clone block. We should also delete our rocks when we hit our basketball projectiles. To do this, add an if condition inside our forward block. If we are touching the basketball sprite, we can add a ghost effect to show our rocks disappearing, just like we did before. Don't forget to add to delete this clone block also. Now that our coding is done, let us give it a go. We are moving around, the rocks are coming, and boom, boom, boom! Our score is increasing. Oops, I missed some rocks. The health is lowering, and of course, game over. This is so much fun. Play around and make this your own. Make sure to share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to my channel. It's going to be helpful to you because there are a lot of cool tutorials like this. See you all in the next episode. Until then, take care and happy coding!